It got down to business with recording something with John or with George. You worked with him on All Things Must Pass, and of course also played at the concert for Bangladesh. I get the impression those were pretty serious guys when it came to the music. They were, they wanted to get down to business, and there was no funny business going on. It was let's get the work done.
It wasn't a party time, that's for sure. Although it was a good time. It was a relaxed atmosphere. A lot of great players in there. Billy Preston, all these great guys, Ringo, Eric Clapton. So you had to get over that. All your heroes being in the room with you all of a sudden. And you learn the songs, and George would bring a song, or John, when we did that stuff, they'd bring a song complete to you. They wouldn't say, I've got an idea. They'd say, okay, this is the song, it's Jealous Guy, and it goes like this. The thing that was hard to deal with was all of a sudden John Lennon would sit down there and get his guitar and start playing and singing the song to you. And it was difficult not to just go into the listen to John Lennon singing the song mode, and you learn the song as quick as you can and do it. And you'd get about 3 or 4 takes, and if we didn't get it in then, and we usually did actually, then you'd go on to the next song. It was a great thrill. You can imagine me, I'm a big Beatles fan. I mean, a huge Beatles fan. And to be in the same room with these guys and then to have them come over to you. And George particularly would come and sit right with you. He wouldn't instruct the studio and all the session musicians. He'd come right to you and say, okay, Joe, this is the next song we're going to do. And it's Beware of Darkness. And it goes like this. And he'd start to sing it, And he'd give it a bit of... they like straight strokes on the guitar, none of your jigga jigga jing jings, all jing 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 jing, steady and smooth as she goes, please.
Yeah.
It was very exciting and just a big thrill, and we were, of course, happy. And then they were nice enough to give us credit on the records. John, Joey Badfinger, he put on his record and stuff like that. It was just great.
Joey, for many years, all the money that Badfinger made during the Apple Records years and even the Warner Brothers Records heyday, really, of the band was tied up in legal troubles.
Yep.
Did that ever get sorted out? When somebody goes out today and buys a Badfinger CD, do you actually benefit from it?
Yeah, everything nowadays. It's a bit of a story. I'll tell you as quick as I can. We were getting ripped off, as all the bands in the old days got ripped off. The thing that was different with Badfinger was in 1974, I called Neil Aspinall. I'm not trying to take credit, but I called him and I asked him to put a hold on a cheque that he'd sent to the managers in New York, the business managers, and he told me that he couldn't put a hold on it, but if another member of the band would call him, he would stop the cheque. So I called Tommy Evans, and Tommy called him, and he stopped the cheque. And the stuff hit the fan, and that stopped all the money. Neil then started to save the Badfinger money. They'd get it and they'd put it in an escrow account for us. Then he went to court in London in 1979, gave the money to the court, and they controlled it so nobody could get it. And in 1985, the band went to court in London and we got all the money.
Oh, well, I am so glad.
The managers were thrown out and the agreement was ratified. We had an inter-band agreement, the way we shared our royalties. As long as the band all agreed on it, the judge said it's cool. And they wrote the agreements up, we all signed it, and since then, all the members of Badfinger or their families have gotten all the money that was due them.
Well, that's great to hear.
So it worked out great for us,
Yeah. Now, whatever happened to this guy, Stan Pawley, who, I guess, did the Warner Brothers deal, and he kind of just disappeared, right, with all the cash for...
He did eventually, yeah. He tried to get money in that 1985 hearing. But yeah, he lives out in Palm Springs or West Palm Springs. He retired, I think, to quite a nice life with his ill-gotten gains. And, that's just the way that worked out,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
he was an idiot, really, The band was a cash cow. We played 120 concerts a year, 10,000 seats, sold out. Yeah?
Yeah.
We wrote all our own songs, hit songs, I might remind you.
Absolutely.
Hit songs. We made a bloody fortune, and we did it every time we went on stage. We made a chunk of change. This guy wasn't happy with that. He wanted all the money. How much money do you want? All of it. And he did. He kept on. It was unbelievable. What a stupid fool. The result of what he did was the band broke up after 5 years. And really, we were really good mates. But you let people like that inside your groups of friends, and the groups of friends will dissipate, and that's what happened to us. It's silly, these people. I don't know why they're not happy with what they get,
Sure. Well, Joey, according again to the Fab Four Festival website, you were recently in England doing some recording. Is a new record on the way?
You know what? I don't really make records anymore. I make demos, and I'll make a new record when I find a current producer, a guy making hit records nowadays, and he likes me songs enough to want to produce a record with me. I've made records and produced them myself, my own records, and I never liked them, and they don't get anywhere. You know, the records I've made with producers seem to do better, they sound better to me, and I always feel better about them, you know. So that's what I'm looking for out there. I need a producer, please help me.
We got a few of those in Nashville. Maybe one's listening right now.
Well, I'm going to be knocking on all their doors come next spring, I'll tell you that.
Well, I was on your MySpace page today, and while I was tooling around there, you know, the songs play, and it sounds like to me what you've got posted there are some, it doesn't sound like live recordings, it sounds like new studio recordings you've made of some of your best loved Badfinger songs. Is that what those are?
Yeah, we've got some, I've got some Badfinger stuff up there, but mainly I've got the brand new songs. I happen to, in Minneapolis over the years, I've got a group of friends there, and I'm able to go in the studio and make demos, and they've got a deal with me. If I bring a new song, then they'll record for free, and because they like my songs. And so I bring a new song, we work it out that night, and we do a demo of it. Wow. And I don't look on them as new records, they're just demos of the new songs, you know. Yeah.
Well, Joey, we're glad to have you back in Nashville today, and for the the time that you're here for the Fab Four Festival, and I know you're going to have fun with that. And I look forward to next spring when you're going to move on down here.
I'm looking forward to it myself. Believe me, it's going to be great.
Yeah. All right. Now you can see Joey at the Fab Four Festival, which just started today. It's today, tonight, and tomorrow at the Cannery Ballroom, and Joey will be in the panel tomorrow afternoon, performing and recording with the Beatles. He'll also play in the round tomorrow night at 7 with Bill Lloyd, Marshall Crenshaw, Buzz Cason, and Gary Burr, and he's also going to be doing some of the Abbey Road play of the long players playing Abbey Road, which should be just fantastic. So
yeah, it's going to be fun.
Yeah. Thanks for coming in here, Joey. It's great to have you.
You're very welcome. Thanks for having us, and good luck with Lightning 100 here, man.
Well, thank you very much. I hope you'll be listening often when you get down here next spring.
Thank you, Russ.
Hey, I want to play a song, and I could do one of the big ones from Straight Up, which is my favorite album, but I wanted to do one of yours that I've always loved, and it was in the later period, and maybe didn't get the notice that it should have. But what a great song! You sing the heck out of it. It sounds just like Badfinger ought to sound, and I'm talking about a song from the Airwaves album called "Love Is Gonna Come at Last."
Oh, thanks.
I like that
Thanks very
song.
much.
So let's hear it right now on Lightning 100.